Okay, everybody, if you're watching this video, you're probably a realtor, or maybe you're a buyer and you kind of want to know the back end side of things, but you're probably a realtor and maybe a newer realtor, and you are working in a crazy seller's market. The phone rings, you get a buyer on that side, they've been referred to you from XYZ, and it's the very first phone call that you're holding with this person. What is your job? What should you be doing on that very first phone call? We're gonna go through that today, but I think that it is your duty to set expectations, which means discussing things that aren't very fun in this market. So let's break down some of those expectations. All right, everybody, so first and foremost, a realtor's job in a crazy market is to, I already said it once, but I'm gonna say it again, it is to set expectations. I like that word. It's really long, but you write it just as it sounds, which is like not normal for the American language. So set expectations. I think that when I hold that first phone call with that person that doesn't know me, they haven't met me in person a lot of the times, they've just dialed a phone number, and we're trying to gain each other's trust. They need to know if they're gonna work with me. And in all reality, I want to let them know what kind of person I am, not just realtor. I'm not here to sell you a house. I am here to educate you, and that starts with setting expectations. So let's go into some things that you should be able to go through and discuss with confidence to get your client to the finish line. And if you can't do this, I honestly feel like you're in the wrong industry. So first and foremost, guys, besides setting expectations, do not be unrealistic. I'm super charged right now because I just recently had a conversation with a person who openly told me that they were shopping around different realtors. Hey, you're the third realtor that we've talked to. That's great. And one of the conversations they had, which they told me about, was, yeah, the last agent said that we can fly in and we can view a ton of homes and submit an offer, and he feels about 90% confident that we will get that offer accepted. I mean, we are in a crazy seller's market right now. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a realtor in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we have a humongous supply and demand issue. We do not have enough houses for sale for buyers to buy. If somebody gives me a list of 10 properties on a Wednesday to view on a Saturday, by the time we get to Saturday, we may have 2 or 3 that we can actually view. So for somebody to say, oh yeah, get a plane ticket, fly out to Las Vegas, don't worry, we're gonna see all of these houses, I'm 90% confident that we're gonna get your offer accepted. I don't even care if you're a cash buyer. Just because we have a supply and demand issue and we have very limited inventory for all the buyers, there's a very good chance that you're constantly going to be going up against other buyers, multiple offers. And the one thing that I'm telling my clients is I need you to bring 2 things to the table: patience and persistence. The one thing that I can't tell them is that I'm 90% positive that if they fly out to Las Vegas, we're gonna see all of these houses and we're gonna get your offer accepted. That's not cool. You may be a hungry agent and you may need business, but do not be unrealistic. It's not fair to you and it's not fair to that client. And it's gonna end up hurting you in the long run because I promise you it's gonna damage your name and any reputation that you have associated with that name. So we are gonna jump into some of those expectations. Again, realtor, you, the person on the other side of this camera, you are having uncomfortable conversations right now, but you need to own it because they are going to be appreciative. I gain more business from being open, honest, concise, and educating my clients than anything else. So let's jump into it. It's not a fun market. Some expectations shall be paying above list price. It's gonna happen right now, man. It's a seller's market. Appraisal guarantees, appraisal gaps, i.e. you paying above appraised value. Post possessions, we probably need to do a video on that, but post possessions, i.e. not moving into the house, after closing. How is that? How can you buy a house and allow somebody to continue renting it long-term for months after you've closed and not move into your property? It's a reality right now and it's something that you need to be educated about. Being prepared to put down larger EMD spreads. So a seller's asking for $5,000 EMD. What is an earnest money deposit? It is your good faith that you are attached to that transaction, that you are committed to that transaction. So if a seller's asking you for $5,000, I may in turn ask my buyer to put down 10. Put down 10. Show them that you are committed to this transaction. These are things that I may ask from you. I need you to make quick decisions. Quick decisions, okay? So this isn't the market where you get to come out on a Friday, you get to fall in love with the property, you get to sleep on it Saturday, Sunday, come Monday, you give me a call. It is not that market. It's the market where I need to know now. Do you like it? Do you love it? Are we moving on? Do you hate it? What's going on? Because as soon as that house lists, it's gonna be gone. So we need to make quick decisions. And again, that comes back to this conversation. If I've already had this conversation and you know what you want, we know what we're approved for, and we're doing our due diligence up front as the agent and the buyer relationship, then when that house comes on the market that we love, we can make those quick decisions. So we got to be able to make quick decisions. You may have to, gosh, I'm going to have to write smaller. You may have to accept a home in as-is condition, which on a previous video I already mentioned that it does not negate your right as a buyer to a home inspection, but you are kind of doing a soft promise to the seller that you're not gonna ask for repairs. This may start to sound overwhelming, and I can go on and on and on. Actually, I've got even more bullet points, but let's just summarize this. So I'm, again, talking to a buyer. I'm setting my expectations. Hey buyer, it's a seller's market. We have a supply and demand issue. You need to be prepared to pay above list price. You need to be able to possibly pay an appraisal guarantee or a gap, i.e. pay above the amount that the appraiser says the house is valued to, up to but not to exceed your offer price. You may need to allow the seller to remain in the property. We call this a rent back or a post possession. I'll do another video on that. You may have to put down larger EMDs, your earnest money deposit, your commitment to the transaction. If that's your commitment and the seller's asking for $5K, buyer, I may ask you to put down $10,000. You need to make quick decisions. We've got to get going. We got to prove to them that we love the house, that we're ready, and that we're committed. You may have to accept the home in as-is condition. These are not comfortable conversations. And if you're scared that you're gonna lose the buyer on the other end, or that that phone is gonna hang up, or that they're going to go with another agent, again, you're not in the right business. I actually think that by having these really difficult and tough conversations with the client, you're earning their respect. And they know that you know what you're talking about and that you are gonna be the right person for the job. I hope that that helped you. At the end of the day, remember that if you have any questions that are real estate related, whether that's contracts, buying, selling, investing, all of the things, please drop a comment below, like, subscribe, do all the things. And remember, who's your homegirl? I'm your homegirl.